Okay, today's lesson is part 3 of circumferences and areas of circular shapes. Now, this is the one that has a lot of composite shapes with circular shapes in it. So before we start, let's have a look at the little summary on the top right-hand side corner there. Steps to find the circumference or area of a circular shape. We always need to find the radius, r, which is half of diameter. And after you find the radius, this is just for the circular shapes, okay? And then you need to decide whether the question is about finding a circumference or the area. If it's a circumference, you will do c equals 2 pi r. And if it's area, you will do pi r squared. Now, with the composite shapes, you probably have to use a lot of other formulas apart from those two, circumference and area of the circle. So we will see how we go. Let's see the first question. Okay, now we're going to answer the everything in 2 decimal places. Now, part A, we're asking for perimeter. Okay, we're not going to call it circumference because circumference is only for circular shapes, we call it. Now, this is a composite shape, so we can't really say find the circumference of this composite shape. We will say perimeter of this composite shape. Okay, let's have a look at this. Now, first step is to find how many sides does this composite shape has. Let me count it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's 4 sides, but the fourth one is like a curved one. Okay, so there's 4 sides, and that means we want to know 4 measurements, 4 values. Okay, because it's a perimeter. So I will go capital P for perimeter. I'm going to write it down, all the values from number 1 is 40. All right, I'm not going to write the units at this point, just writing a number, 40. Number 2, 40 again. So number 1 was this one, 40. Number 2, 40 again. Okay, number 3 we don't know, but this shape is square. That means all 4 sides are equal. Here, so even this one is 40 centimeters, and also this is 40 centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to write number 3 as a 40. Now, the fourth side we don't know. Okay, that one, because that's the curved one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find that fourth side. Now, how are we going to find it? I have to use circumference formula, isn't it? C equals 2 pi r, but this is only the half of the full circle. It's a semicircle. So therefore, I'm going to halve this 2 pi r divided by 2 so that I can get the curved one. I don't need to add the diameter, this part here, because that is inside the composite shape. The perimeter is only the distance outside of the shape. Okay, so after I've done that, I will know the length of the fourth side. Now, before I do that, I need to know what the radius is. Now, diameter is 40 centimeters here, and radius is half of the diameter divided by 2. So diameter is 40, and I'm going to halve it. So that will be my radius, which is 20 centimeters. So I'm going to put that in this formula. 2 times pi times 20 divided by 2. Now that will give me 62.83 in 2 decimal places. and centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my expression for perimeter here. I'll write 40 plus 40 plus 40 for the third, all the three sides, and then fourth one I'll write 62.83. Now I have all four sides. All I had to do is I just have to add it all up. I will get 182.83 centimeters. Now part B, it's looking for area, not the perimeter, but area. So first step here is to indicate which area is area 1 and which area is area 2 because it's a composite shape. So I'm going to call the top one, it's a semicircle, half of circle, called area 1. The bottom one, I'm going to call it area 2. Okay, so I've got two areas to add up, and that will give me a total area. So my total area equals the area 1 plus area 2, because there's no holes in any of these shapes, so I'm going to have to add them up. Now let's have a look at the area 1. Area 1 is a semicircle. This is the part I'm looking at right now. So the formula for the circle, full circle, is pi r squared. And then I'm going to halve it because it's only half a circle. It's a semicircle. Now before I do that, I do need to know what my radius is, isn't it? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this here. That's my diameter. I need to know what this is. Okay. Now have a look at the area 2 shape here. It's all four sides are equal. This is square now. So this is actually 40 as well. Okay. So my diameter is 40. Therefore, my radius will be half of diameter. It will be 20. Okay. So I'm going to put r, instead of r squares, I'm going to go 20 squared divided by 2. Okay, so that's my area 1, and that will be 628.3185 ... and I'm going to put in a 2 decimal places, 628.32, because the third number is bigger than 5. Okay, now when you look at all the measurements here, there's no units in here, isn't it? No centimeters, meters, or millimeters. So I'm just going to call it units. So 628.32 units, but I'm just going to put U in there. So we can just say all these can be our little units there. Okay, next one is area 2 I'm looking at. So I'm going to put area 2 here. Area 2 is square. Okay, so area 1 was, I'm just going to write it here, semicircle. Square is the all four sides are equal, which is here is 40. So area will be base times height, but we don't have to worry too much because all of them is 40. So it'll be 40 times 40, and my answer is 1600 units. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my total area, and I'm going to put all the values. The values for area 1 is 628.32 units, plus area 2 is 1600 units. So therefore my total area is 2,228.32 units squared. Oh, I made a mistake. This is squared here because it was area, wasn't it? Because it's area, we need to put u squared, unit squared. Okay, so the answer is 2,228.32 units squared, or square units. Next one, part C. Now this time we're looking for perimeter. That means distance all around the outside of a shape. Let's have a look number of sides we got. Okay, so I'm going to count it from where all the values are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't put 4 and 5 as one whole thing because it's going to be a little bit hard to do that. So I separated by this line there. Okay, so we got five sides. Okay, so perimeter equals, I need to put all 5 sides, but let me see. Size 1 is 12, that's okay. Side 1 is 12. Side 2 is 15. Side 3, we don't know. So I'm going to put it as a 3. Now, side 4 and 5. I think we can find it. Let's have a look. So, what is this shape? This is rectangle. Okay? This is rectangle. That means two sets of sides are the same. So, first 12, and it's here 12. Okay? And the second one is 15 here and 15 here. All right? Now, so fifth side is 15. But let's have a look at the fourth one. 12 centimeters on here. And this one need to be 12 centimeters as well. Why? Because they are radius. Okay? They're radius, radii. So they have to be the same. Now we got size 1, side 2, side 3 we don't know, side 4, side 5. So I'm going to put all that in because we just found all the missing parts here. Side 4 is 12, side 5 is 15. Okay, so all we need to find is side 3. Okay, let's have a look. Side 3, all we need is this curved length. Okay, so I'm going to use circumference of a circle. Okay, so that's a 2 pi r, but I need to divide it by 4, don't I? Because this is a quarter of a circle, right? Quarter of circle. It's just one of them. Okay, so therefore I need to divide it by 4. And also I know that radius is 12. So put all that in. 2 times pi times 12, and then divided by 4 will give me that curved length. So that will be 18.8499555 ... but I just want to have 2 decimal places. 18.85 centimeters. Okay, that's for my third side. So I'm going to put all that in again. And the third one, I'm going to put it 18.85. And then plus 12 plus 15. Now, put all that in your calculator. we will get 72.85 centimeters. Okay, don't have to worry about the squaring it because it's not an area. So first step is deciding which one is my area 1, which one is my area 2. So I'm going to call this as my area 1 and that as my area 2. Okay, and let's have a look at this. Now this area 2 is rectangle because not all four sides equal here. So if this is 15, that's 15. And if this is 12, that has to be 12. Now, so this part here where it says 12, that is my radius of this circle. Okay, quarter of the circle. Now, this is going to be same as this one. Okay, so they're both going to be 12. We got all the measurement that we need for area. So total area here equals area 1 plus area 2. So I'm going to go straight into the area 1 formula here. So I'm looking at this one. I'm going to use pi r squared because that's the area for a circle, but I have to divide it by 4 because it's a quarter of a circle. And then plus, now I'm looking at an area 2. That's going to be, it's a rectangle. Formula for the area 2 is base times height. So I just read all the formula at this point. So now I'm going to substitute all the numbers that I need here. So first, the area 1, my radius is 12. So pi times 12 squared divided by 4 is my area 1, quarter of a circle, plus the area 2 is rectangle, base times height. It doesn't really matter which one is going to be your base, which is going to be your height. You got two numbers there, and that's what we need. So 15 times 12 or 12 times 15. Doesn't really matter which way you do it. So when you do that, I will have 113.10 here, units square for the first one. And the second one, I'll get 180 units square. Remember, they're all units here. But because it's area, we have to put units squared. When you add it all together, you will get 293.10 units square. That's my area. E is going to be quite tricky for us. So I want you to pay extra attention for this question. It says perimeter. So we need to know how many sides we need to add up. So we need to know a number of sides. So I'm going to start with one that we have here. 1, 2. Now just a little part here. 3. The curved one. 4. Little part here. 5. And 6. 6 sides here. This shape outside here is a rectangle. That means this side is same as this one. So this is going to be 90 centimeters. Now the top one is same as the whole lot here, which is 150 centimeters. Okay, so that's not too bad. So that's the same as that. Now, I want to know about these two little sides, 3 and 5. How are we going to find that out? The top one is 150, right? So this whole thing has to be 150, okay? So this top and the bottom side has to be 150. And when I look at it, I have radius here. Radius is 65. Okay, so that's radius 65 here. And that means that is also 65 centimeters. And that is also 65 meters. Okay, so I'm just going to sketch this again. That's a 65 here. Okay, and the whole thing here is 150 meters. So if I add this together from here to all the way here, which is a 65 plus 65, which is 130. So if I want to find out what this part and this part is, all I need is 150 take away 130, which is 20. So if I add this one and this part, I will get 20 centimeters. Okay, so I don't really need to know individually what this one is or what that one is, because I know the total will be 20. So let's have a look at the perimeter now. So I'm going to start at number 1. So 150 was our number 1, plus 90, plus, I'm going to call third one, this one, and the fifth one together as 20. Okay, so that's the third one and fifth one together. And the fourth one, we don't know because that's what we have to find. And sixth one is 90. Okay, so we're supposed to have 6, but we got 5 because this is third one and the fifth one. So we do have 6 sides. Okay, so all we need to find fourth side, okay, which is the curved part, this part. Let's have a look at the fourth side here. So I need to use C equals 2 pi r, and I know that r is 65. Okay, so we got 65 here. So, and I have to divide it by 2 because it's a semicircle, isn't it? All this is semicircle, not the full circle, so I divide by 2. So let's put that into calculator. 2 times pi times 65 divided by 2. When you do that, you will get 204.2035 ... And if I actually put in a 2 decimal, 204.20 centimeters. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all that in now. 150 plus 90 plus 20 plus 204.20 plus 90. And put all that in your calculator, you will get 554.20 centimeters. Okay, this is the last one. Let's have a look. Now, this is a finding an area. Now, first step is to naming it which one is A1 and A2. So, I'm going to go with our side. Bigger one is always A1. The little inside the big hole is A2. Okay, so that's not too bad. And let's put all the missing measurements. The area 1 is the rectangle. Okay, I can see that it's going to be rectangle. So that 150 has to be same as 150 here. So that's going to be this. And that's 90, same as 90. Now that's okay. So the total area, the shaded part, because it's got holes in it, area 1, the bigger side area, take away the little one. Okay, now I can see area 2 is a circle, semicircle. Therefore, I need to know my radius. Now, radius is a half of diameter. My diameter is 150. So it's half of that is 75. Okay, so now I think I can do the sum. So total area, I'm going to go with area 1, which is rectangle, just the base times height. So base times height, I'm just going to write the formula. Take away semicircle, which is pi r squared divided by 2 because it's a semicircle. Now we're going to put all the numbers. So first, area 1, there's 2 numbers there, base times height. We only need 2 numbers, so it doesn't really matter which one comes first. I'm just going to do 90 times 150, take away pi times, now I'm looking at the second area, and I know the radius is 75, so 75 squared divided by 2 because it's a semicircle. So if I do that, I will get 13,500 units squared because it all got units. It doesn't have a normal measurement. Okay, minus the semicircle part is 8,835.73 units squared. And if I do that, I'll get 4,664.27 units square. So that's my total shaded area. Okay, that's all for today. Well done.